Let's continue our safari by studying order Edentata, which holds the sloths, anteaters, and armadillos. The word Edentata actually means no teeth, but that's not really true of all these animals. Some of them have a few teeth, but they all lack incisors and canine teeth. Many biologists no longer use this order, splitting sloths and anteaters into order Pelosa and armadillos into order Cingulata. But this grouping works well for our purposes. Let's start our discussion of the Edentata with sloths. Graceful and serene, the sloths move through the trees in Central and South American rainforests in which they live. They spend 99% of their time in trees, often hanging upside down. They sleep about 15 hours a day and spend the rest of their time eating and searching for juicy leaves and buds. Their lazy lifestyles gives them their name because sloth can mean inactivity or apathy. Sloths don't have to drink water as they get all they need from the water found in their food. As a result, the only time they come to the ground is to defecate, expel solid waste. Sloths are equipped with long, tough nails which they use to help them cling to and climb through trees. They can also use them in defense if needed. In fact, their nails are used to separate them into two groups, two-toed sloths and three-toed sloths. Can you guess the difference? Two-toed sloths have two nails on their front feet, while three-toed sloths have three. Both kinds of sloths have three nails on their back feet. Also, two-toed sloths are a bit faster than three-toed sloths, but they are both pretty slow. One very interesting thing about the sloth is that its symbiotic relationship with algae. Do you remember learning about symbiosis? It is when two or more creatures live together in a close relationship. Well, these microscopic green creatures live in the sloth's fur. The sloth provides a nice home for it, and it gives the sloth's fur a green tinge. This helps camouflage it in the trees where it lives. That's a good thing, because the sloth moves so slowly that its only chance is to hide from predators, which include ocelots, jaguars, and snakes. Those sloths now grow to about 2 feet long. Some fossil remains of sloths show that they were once the size of elephants. That's insane. Anteaters are true Edentites because they have no teeth, as their name implies. They love to eat ants, although they also eat termites. In a pinch, they will eat grubs, beetle larvae, and even eat fruit. Captive anteaters rarely get any ants to eat and are fed mostly fruit and protein-rich food like eggs and ground beef. Anteaters are often called ant bears because they look a lot like bears with a long nose and a long tail. They can even grow as large as bears, with some species growing to be about 8 feet long from tip to tail. Also, like bears, some are great at climbing trees, where they sometimes go to find certain species of ants. Anteaters are mainly found in South and Central America, but a few have been found in Mexico. Have you ever seen a sign while traveling down a country road that says deer crossing? Well, in South America, the anteaters are so numerous you can see signs warning of anteater crossings. If an anteater crosses the road in front of you, you might notice that it's a knuckle walker. It tucks its claws under its palms and walks on its knuckles like an ape. The anteater locates its prey in the wild using its excellent sense of smell. Once an anteater has found an appealing dining area, it uses its powerful forelegs and sharp claws to rip open an ant or termite hill, which can also almost be as hard as concrete. It's careful not to destroy the whole nest so the ants can rebuild it, providing another meal or a later date. After ripping open the nest, the anteater uses its long snout and 2-foot-long tongue to scoop out termites and ants from their nests. Do you know how long 2 feet is? Get out a tape measure or a ruler and see how long it is. Now that's a long tongue. Anteaters produce a sticky goo which coats their long tongues, and insects stick to the goo, making it very easy for the anteater to catch its prey. Anteaters must like fast food because they can eat up to 30,000 insects each day. One reason an anteater can eat so quickly is that its tongue can be flicked in and out of his mouth 150 times each minute. With a hard shell covering all but its underside, and in some species the tail, the armadillo is well protected from danger. One kind, the 3-banded armadillo, can even roll itself into a ball. None of the others can, but they are moderately fast runners and diggers, which help them escape danger. Though they can't see well, they have an amazing sense of smell and can use it to detect predators coming from a long way off. This allows them to get away long before the predators come close enough to eat them. Like anteaters, armadillos love to eat ants, and they have a long, sticky tongue for lapping them up too. However, these armored critters will eat a lot of other kinds of insects, and they will even eat plants. They aren't too picky and will even eat carrion if it's available. There are about 20 species of armadillo living in South and Central America. In addition, one species, the 9-banded armadillo, can be found in the United States. While many of the other species of armadillo are declining or endangered, the 9-banded armadillo is increasing in population and moving northward and eastward. Some have even been spotted as far north as Illinois and southwest Indiana. However, like all edentates, they can't tolerate extreme cold weather, so they're not likely to migrate as far as Canada. Armadillos are great swimmers. They dog paddle long distances across wide rivers and lakes. They can even walk along the bottoms of streams and ponds because they can hold their breath for up to 6 minutes at a time. Because their hard shell makes it difficult for them to float, they gulp in air to make themselves more buoyant. Their ability to swim long distances is one reason their population has been able to spread so rapidly across several states. 9-banded armadillos usually give birth to 4 identical young. All 4 have the exact same makeup. So, in effect, all 4 babies are clones of one another. They are the only mammal known to do this. You can find recipes all over the internet for cooking armadillos. During the Depression, people ate armadillos regularly. However, it's not advisable to eat them as they sometimes carry a disease called leprosy. Although it's not clear whether or not people can get leprosy from armadillos, it's probably not worth the risk. There is an anteater look-alike in the heart of the African savannah. That is not actually an anteater. It is a aardvark, and it's the old word walled counterpart to the anteater. An aardvark's strong claws are almost like hooves, and it uses them to dig into ant and termite hills just like the anteater does. In fact, the aardvark loves to eat ants and termites just as much as the anteater does. It is nocturnal, solitary animal. About the only time you see more than one is when they are mating or a mother is raising her young. An aardvark also has the same general shape as an anteater, a long snout, a thick torso, and a long tail. There are differences, however. The aardvark is smaller than most anteaters, its hair is not as thick, and its snout is flattened, like that of a pig. In fact, in Afrikaans, a language in South Africa, we should know this, aardvark means earth pig. It is obvious that the anteater and the aardvark are very similar, and they used to be classified in the same order. However, scientists have disagreed over the classifying the aardvark with other animals like elephants, even though it has very thick epidermis. In fact, its skin is so thick that the bites of ants can't hurt it. Nevertheless, scientists have decided to place it in its own order, Edentata, which means tube-shaped teeth. That, of course, is another difference between aardvark and anteaters. Aardvarks have teeth, while anteaters do not.
That's all, folks.